It's a Fact, a program for people who are curious about this fascinating world of ours. This is James Sydney. Stay with me for a moment. Which fruit do you love the best? Many people love the banana best. Most Americans do, it seems, and with good reason. Think about sweet and pleasant taste and convenient packaging. Could you imagine your world without bananas? But it's possible that we might just have to do without them. The banana you ate this morning is called the Cavendish. Cavendish is our supermarket banana. That is what is being cultivated in all the huge plantations in Latin America and the Caribbean. 100 years ago, the bananas and the plantations and the markets and on people's plates were not the Cavendish, but the Gros Michel or Big Mike. No more. Big Mike is dead. How did this happen? Gros Michel's cultivation resulted in a deadly sameness. It lacked genetic diversity, and so any disease that affected one affected all. A fungus or bacterial disease that infects one plantation could move around the globe and destroy everything in its path. Up until the 1950s, the banana plantations in Latin America and the Caribbean grew the Gros Michel type. It was larger, and it was regarded as tastier than the fruit we now eat. And it was enjoyed both in the Americas and in Europe. But starting in the early part of the last century, a fungus called Panama disease began infecting the Big Mike harvest. The fungus appeared first in Suriname, then moved through the Caribbean, finally reaching Honduras, at that time the world's largest banana producer. Producers did not act quickly enough, but they did try to deal with the problem. Among other things, growers shifted crops to unused land, and millions of acres of rainforest were destroyed at great expense, but to no avail. Around that time, two American songwriters couldn't get bananas to buy. Out of this was born the 1923 musical hit, Yes, We Have No Bananas. By 1960, the major importers Chiquita and Dole were nearly bankrupt, and the future of the fruit was in jeopardy. Eventually, the Cavendish took Big Mike's place. Billions were spent to make the infrastructure changes necessary to accommodate the different growing and ripening needs of the Cavendish. Its advantage, what seemed to be its resistance to Panama disease. But in 1992, a new strain of fungus, one that affects the Cavendish, was discovered in Asia. The deadly fungus was back. Since then, Panama disease race 4, as it's called, has wiped out plantations in Indonesia, Malaysia, Australia, and Taiwan, and it is now spreading throughout much of Southeast Asia. It has not yet reached Africa or Latin America, but most experts are convinced that it is coming and could wipe out Cavendish bananas worldwide. There is no known cure for the disease and no viable replacement for Cavendish. A global effort is now underway to save the fruit, and two different approaches are being used. The first is that traditional banana growers are trying to create a replacement plant that looks and tastes so similar to the Cavendish that consumers won't notice the difference. The other is that bioengineers are using genetic manipulation to invent a tougher Cavendish that will resist Panama disease and other ailments. Dr. Émile Frisson, who heads the French-based International Network for the Improvement of Banana and Plantain, says the biotechnology and genetic manipulation it might take to save the fruit could put off some customers. Many people find genetically modified crops very scary and are already talking about Franken banana. In the New Scientist magazine, he says its survival is threatened not only by Panama disease, but by a few other disease and pest threats as well. In villages in many parts of the world, other types of banana are doing just fine. There are fig bananas and red bananas and other types of bananas. But those bananas are not suitable for mass production and transportation. Here's a tip. Enjoy today's banana. This is James Sydney. Time to go now. Thanks for your company. Let's do it again on It's a Fact.